my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mom, and his grandmamas. His ass going to prison. If you goddamn keep it up, his ass going to prison.
Then he wanna talk about some other like this being shit. This bad shit. No, I'm being real. You lying. You lying. You up here flagging. You're cat.
Wait till I come back in the market late night, and then it's just you and I slap you up. Yeah. You trying to act all tough? All like this in front of all your people. Tell your mama I said happy Mother's Day. And then clearing in my face and shit, like what?
Stand by right here for me. Maybe two on 10 extend, 1 detain. Spread your legs slightly. I just need to pat you down.
When news first broke that King Harris had been arrested, people thought it was just another headline in his long list of wild antics. But what happened next took everyone by surprise. The courtroom was packed, reporters sitting shoulder to shoulder, cameras flashing every second as the judge walked in with a stern face. King sat there, trying to look confident, but deep down, he knew this wasn't going to be easy. The charges were laid out one by one, each detail hitting harder than the last. His past behavior, the fights, the run-ins with the law, all of it came back to haunt him. When the judge finally spoke, the entire room went silent. 5 years in prison. Just like that, his freedom was gone. The moment those words left the judge's mouth, all eyes turned to T.I. The rap legend, the father, the man who built an empire, was sitting there in disbelief. At first, he stayed quiet, his head down like he was trying to process it. But then the anger kicked in. He stood up, his voice echoing across the courtroom, arguing, shouting, demanding to know how his son could be given such a heavy sentence. Security tried to calm him down, but T.I. was not having it. Witnesses say it looked like he was seconds away from being escorted out. Meanwhile, King just sat there, his usual tough exterior completely cracked. He tried to hold it together, but the reality of 5 years behind bars was too much. Y'all, T.I.'s worst nightmare might actually be around the corner. After years of warning his son, King Harris, to slow down before he threw his whole future away, there's now real talk that a judge could hit him with a 5-year prison sentence. 5 years. And the crazy part, that's exactly what he predicted. Back in 2022, if King didn't change his ways. And honestly, nobody can act surprised. Because if you've been keeping up with King, all the warning signs were right there. From reckless driving to that viral Waffle House fight, to flashing guns in music videos, he's been stacking up trouble like it's nothing. The arrest footage from 2024 showed just how far it went. Almost crashing into a cop car, eating the car, a gun on his hip, and that old 2022 warrant finally catching up to him. It was like every bad choice he ever made came back to hit him all at once. What makes it even heavier is the timing. Just weeks after that arrest, King became a dad. He was posting about his newborn, dropping a song called Dear Son, and acting like he was ready to step up. But instead of settling into fatherhood, he's staring down a courtroom that could take him away for half a decade. So let's get into how King Harris went from being the son of a hip-hop legend to possibly sitting in court with a 5-year prison sentence. Because the story behind this is way messier than you think. All this started back in October 2024, the day King Harris officially crashed out. He pulled out of a gas station in his BMW and almost ran straight into a cop car. Like, you couldn't make this stuff up. The officers walk up and instantly it's bad news. They smell weed. Then they notice a gun sitting on his hip. At that point, they already know they're taking him in. When they ran his name, it got even worse. Turns out King still had an open warrant from 2022. That case was over speeding, driving on a suspended license, and a DUI. And instead of showing up in court like everybody else, he skipped it. That one mistake just sat. They're waiting to bite him. And in 2024, it finally did. The arrest video that leaked online, first Badge Chronicles, then Vlad TV, is almost 30 minutes long. And honestly, it's wild to watch. You see the cops pull him out, take the gun off his hip, cuff him, pat him down, and stick him in the back of the car. King isn't spazzing out, but you can see he's irritated, like he knows he messed up. But there's no fast talking his way out of this one. And the video shows it all. King being pulled out, cuffed, and loaded into the patrol car. Main clip. One of the officers even admitted afterward that King stayed cool and respectful through the whole situation. But that didn't stop him from landing in DeKalb County Jail before eventually being shipped off to Pickens once the warrant got cleared. Just like that, King went from stunting on Instagram to sitting in a cold jail cell while the entire internet tuned in to watch. And that's what hits the hardest, because T.I. had already called this out years ago. Back in 2022, when King first started spiraling out of control, Tip hopped on Instagram and straight up warned everybody. He said if his son didn't pump the brakes, prison was going to be the only road left. And he wasn't just talking like a scared dad. He was speaking from experience, as somebody who's already been through that fire himself. Main clip. Tip had even said it plain as day. Time is going to be his teacher. And now that lesson just came crashing down in the form of a 5-year sentence. When clips of King's arrest started flooding the internet, fans immediately dug up that old video of T.I. warning him, and they did not hold back. The viral clip showed King in a full-on screaming match with Waffle House staff. He was going back and forth, puffing up his chest, trying to act bigger than he really was. You could tell he was desperate to prove something, but instead of looking tough, he came off spoiled, reckless, and out of control. Even T.I. couldn't defend that one. He went live afterward looking genuinely baffled, saying he had no idea why his son even stopped what he was doing just to go back and forth with a short-order cook. He couldn't understand why King felt the need to match that kind of energy at all. And honestly, that Waffle House moment was a red flag for everybody. It showed the world exactly where King was headed. Y'all remember when T.I. and Boozy had to check their sons on camera? That clip went viral for a reason. King and Boozy's son, Tootie Raw, were supposed to be shooting a music video, but instead of keeping the focus on the music, they had guns all over the set like it was straight out of a trap house. That's when the dads had to step in. You can literally hear T.I. calling them out like, "Why are y'all even flashing guns when there's girls right here?" What was supposed to be fun instantly turned into a full-on lecture. Tip started breaking it down for them. One wrong move with a weapon or even being caught around drugs could send them straight to jail without a second chance. And here's the crazy part. He wasn't even yelling or being harsh. He was laying out the blueprint, plain and simple, trying to keep them from falling into the same traps he already survived. It was a rare moment of real fatherly advice, caught on camera for the whole world to see. T.I. and Boozy literally sat their sons down and spelled it out clear as day. Flashing guns in videos isn't cool. It's a one-way ticket to a prison cell.
Why y'all got so much time, bro? Why y'all always gotta have? What is it about It's not illegal to have. Well, in the manner in which you portraying in the lifestyle, it don't look legitimate, sir. Because I'm not supporting no whore. I can't do it. I'm not. What kind of parents don't support their kids and they'll goddamn slide? Bigger than you popping it. And then got over there. So 12 pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Somebody got to raise their hand. I've been seeing him around too here a lot. You gonna raise your own hand? I've been seeing him around too. Huh? Well, when you got it ain't you like it ain't. I know that. When y'all got around those people, they call it's not possession of and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony. Yeah. Thank you.
Fans actually praised both dads for stepping in, saying it was refreshing to see them try to guide their kids instead of just letting them wild out. But the problem was King. You could just tell he wasn't really listening. He heard the words, but he wasn't absorbing the message. But the part that had fans really side-eyeing him. It wasn't just the music videos or the temper. It was his personal life, especially when he popped up with a baby mama that had everybody talking. The mother of his child, who goes by Big Nana, was rumored to be way older than King. And let's be real, fans didn't hold back. Some swore she was only with him for the money. Others called her a groupie trying to secure a check. Either way, the age gap had people talking. But King, he couldn't care less. He leaned all the way in. He threw her a whole baby shower, posted about the pregnancy, and when their son was born in November 2024, he couldn't stop bragging for the baby shower. Here's a clip of King celebrating with Big Nana like everything was perfect, and not long after he was online proudly talking about his newborn son.
You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in my brain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself?
And not long after, he was online proudly talking about his newborn son.
A lot of people hit me up like, King, I know you tired. You ain't getting no sleep. And the truth be told, before this look, I ain't been getting no sleep. You know what I'm saying? I just been outside working, lifestyle. You know, lifestyle just lifing. You know what I'm saying? And, but now I'm damn sure not getting no sleep. This up every morning, and then around the morning time, he like to do that little live concert I be doing with him.